Let's move on to the biggest win streak in baseball at the moment. It's 11 for the Atlanta Braves. They've made it up 5 games in the National League East standings. I believe that's now matching the longest win streak of the season. I think the Yankees had an 11-gamer as well. John, you're the numbers guy. Do I sound right there?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of winning streaks, the Yankees.
They have, indeed. So you can see where Atlanta is at. I mean, despite that, they still are 5.5 back. We're showing you the NL East standings entering June 1, where they were 10.5 back of the Mets, and they've made up ground pretty quickly here, and it's not like the Mets aren't playing well. It's just the Braves can't lose at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they're a great team. They nearly made the World Series in 2020, obviously eliminated by the Dodgers. Last year, they ended up beating the Dodgers. It's not an easy trick. They beat Milwaukee in the first round. Obviously, Milwaukee had a really good team. They ended up running the table from the position that they were in. They've won that division 4 years running, so they're clearly a threat. They have a very nice young nucleus of guys in their 20s. Riley's a terrific player. I like Swanson, particularly defensively. Albies, awesome player, and Acuna back. And they've got good young pitching, too, so it's an excellent team. For the Mets to have this kind of lead, even though it's been diminished, still impressive, particularly without Scherzer pitching lately and without DeGrom for the entire year.
Yeah, and they were missing Miguel for a while, who's looked really good when he has been on the mound for them. So I agree. The Mets should pick up steam at some point in the second half. Not sure as much with DeGrom how that's going to look, but you figure Scherzer's going to come back and be dealing.
He'll be back and ahead of schedule, I'm sure, knowing him.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think about the NL East? Like, who have you faced so far? What do you think of the Braves? I know you played them in the playoffs last year as well.
Yeah, we finished out with the Braves. We played all our games, and they're good. You know, they have a good rotation. I've never seen Charlie Morton well. He to me is one of the toughest pitchers. I think when he has his stuff going, and they always call him Big Game Chuck. So when big games are on the line, he shows up. Max Fried is one of the best pitchers in baseball. You know, but I think, like you said, with Acuna coming back, it really changes the dynamic of that team.
Yeah, didn't you homer off of Morton in the playoffs?
Yeah, that's one hit.
It's memorable. It's big.
Yeah. That's a big one. Yeah, exactly. What makes Morton so tough for you personally? Is it the way that he's hiding the baseball to you, or is it the spin? Obviously, the curveball's ridiculous. A little bit of everything.
Yeah, I think just he's got really good stuff when it comes. You know, the breaking ball's really, really sharp. It's hard to describe because it is a big curveball, but it's sharp. Fastball gets on you. It's got a lot of movement, and when it's up in the zone, it really takes off. But I faced him in Houston. I faced him with Tampa, and I mean, I remember my first at bat against him. I swung at a curveball that went in between my legs. So
yeah.
You're not the only one to do that. We've seen that a few times this year.
There have been many. Yes. What was the home run, too, that we just showed? Was that the one? That was the DS, okay, against Atlanta. So obviously, knowing how tough it is to face him, you looked pretty fired up after hitting that one.
Yeah, I remember I told that third base coach, I was like, man, I'm just happy I made contact this time.
I love that.